Hey everyone, about to play in a triple Scars of Mirrodin draft as part of the Year of Modern Flashback. So it's a bonus draft in addition to the Eldritch Moon draft that will be going up, that went up already, I guess, last Monday. It's cool to be drafting an artifact heavy set sort of in preparation for Kaladesh. I don't know if Wizards did that on purpose or if it's a coincidence, but either way, it kind of works out thematically to that Kaladesh is about to come out. So I will see you guys when the draft fires. Horde Smelter Dragon is a rare. It is a pretty good freaking rare. Like being able to blow up artifacts, a 6 mana 5/5 flyer. That's all very, very good. Let's see what else we have here. Chances are it's what we want to take. Thorming Bird's nice if you end up in an Infect deck. But this pack on the whole is pretty underwhelming. I mean, this guy's good. Actually, very good in a Metalcraft deck, but and Chemist Skyguard's just a solid card, but it's definitely the Dragon's definitely the best card here. We're gonna try to smelt some hordes. Okay, Furnace Celebration. Picking one up early is interesting because you can basically build a deck around it where you take everything that says the word sacrifice on it, more or less. Our first card's even red, and then you just start taking stuff like Oxida Daredevil, and it can be pretty good. You can also just take Shatter, which is fine, and I like Riddlesmith as well. Makes every artifact you play into a loot. But should we take this and try to make it work? I don't know. I don't have, this isn't a format I played when it was actually like in existence, and this is actually my second time drafting it. I drafted once without recording. And I know this can work in a deck, but I'm not sure I have the knowledge to make it work as well as possible here. So I'm sort of leaning away from it. This replica is actually really good. Might be one of the better ones. Do I just want Shatter or do I want Riddlesmith? I think I'm going to take Shatter. There's just so many things can blow up. We're an artifact hating deck right now. That much seems clear. Okay. We could just take a Myrrh here. They're all good. Razor Hippogriff is also pretty good. But I'm leaning towards taking the Myrrh. This thing gets you back an artifact. The thing about the Myrrh that's nice is like no matter where we end up, it'll get played. Like no matter what deck we're in. So that's nice. Spell Bombs are pretty good if we'd taken that the build around card that I passed in the last pack. It's either Iron Myrrh, Razor Hippogriff. I think it might just be the Hippogriff, though. I think it is. It's pretty strong. It has like a Gravedigger effect, sort of, except it also gains you life. It can also only be artifacts, but we're going to end up with enough artifacts to make it good. So I think I will take it. Say, here's an artifact. Here's a good card for the Infect deck, and it's around a little bit late, so that's worth thinking about. Here's another Myrrh. There's also a Skyguard, which is just like, again, a good card. 3 mana, 2/2 flyer. It gains you 2 life. Or we could take the Myrrh. The Myrrh does help us ramp into Horde Smelter faster. And there's lots of Artifact Matters cards in this set, including the Razor Hippogriff. And I think it's more likely this wheels than a Myrrh wheels. So I think, especially because we saw some other ones. So I think I'm going to take the Myrrh. Wow. It's a cool card, but it's sort of like, you have to... There's just too much luck involved. Another good card for the Infect deck. The first time I drafted this format, I drafted an Infect deck that was pretty good. I lost in the second round, but it was pretty good. Snapsail Glider, if you can get Metalcraft, which it contributes to, makes it a reasonable card. It's like Windrake, basically. Gavalier, no thank you. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this Glider. Cerebral Eruption is cool, and if I saw it a little later, it might even be worth taking, but the chances that it does very little or that you have to pay for it multiple times are just too high, I think. Wow, another Plague Stinger. Another one. Feel like I should be an Infect. Maybe I should be. I'm going to take it. I mean... Ogre Gear Grabber's good-ish. Oxida Daredevil's fine, but this is the best card. And we passed like 3 good cards for Infect, so if we keep seeing them flowing, then Infect is in fact open. So Furnace Celebration, That's actually a second one. It's not the one we opened. So someone's going to be able to build a Furnace Celebration deck. That seems clear. So now that we have a black card, I guess I take Furnace Celebration though, see if we can make that work. There's just nothing else in that pack. Okay, here's another good Metalcraft card though, in white. And, you know, a decent 3-drop in black, but I think this is better. So I don't know. I think we may have, if we'd taken that first signal of a good Infect creature, when I said, hey, look, that's a good card for Infect, then maybe we could have made Infect work, but it doesn't look super likely. But yeah, we need to pick up some more artifacts. But that shouldn't be too hard. This is kind of a crappy Trigon. Some of the others are okay. Yeah, I think here I just take Oxida Daredevil. This card's just bad. I don't know why it exists. But yeah, we'll take a Daredevil. Works with Furnace Celebration, so has that going for it. Man, if that other one wheels... Are we already at the point where it would have wheeled? I didn't pay attention to how many cards were in that pack. If that other one wheels, we might have to try to make that work for fun. Just take every Spell Bomb we see, everything that says Sacrifice on it, and try to win that way. Okay, well it wheeled, so I think we're going to try to make it work. This would be a good card in it, but yeah, I think we try to make it work. Even though the Daredevil would be good in more decks, I think we should try to make Furnace Celebration work. Alright, well here's a Spell Bomb, and it's one that's on color anyway, so we can draw cards off of it, so I think we take it. We also want artifacts anyway, so come on down, Spell Bomb. So we want to take stuff like Ferrovore, who eats artifacts, and all the Spell Bombs. The Spell Bombs are really good because you don't really have to pay anything for any of them. So now that we have 2 Furnace Celebrations, I think we just take like every Spell Bomb there is. We'll take this. It's not clear if we'll be white. We may want to actually be a different color now. But white's probably okay. I mean, black I think probably has more sacrifice effects, but... So far, I mean, it depends on what Spell Bombs we get to some degree, too. The green one can actually help us fix anyway. So, green is probably a really good way to go, too, actually. Molder Beast is I think we passed one. It's the green creature that eats, when an artifact gets eaten, it gets pumped, so... So I think we might just be cutting white here and trying to... Ooh, Contagion Engine. That's a pretty huge bomb. And there's a Spell Bomb, but no one's going to want them as much as we want them now. So I don't think we have to take them super early. This, putting -1/-1 on everything and then allowing you to proliferate, it's a little slow, it's a little clunky. But it is strong. It immediately weakens all your opponent's creatures too, so it affects the board right away. So that's nice. But yeah, these Spell Bombs will also be nice for us if we get them. But I think we take Contagion Engine. Yeah, we're going to take it. Clunky, yes. Good, also yes. So I think that's good for us. So this lets us sack artifacts to put goblins into play. But we probably just take another Panic Spell Bomb. This is nice, but I think we want to make sure we have more artifacts before we can take it. What else do we have here? Nothing else, really. The replicas. This replica is actually a pretty good one, and it is green, so that's worth thinking about. It kills a lot of things, but we can pay 1 and then also Furnace Celebration something. These Spell Bombs, though, drawing you cards, doing 2 damage, making something unable to block, like that's a pretty powerful trigger. So it's either the Spell Bomb or the replica. I think this is a good card for Infect. Had one in the deck I drafted earlier. I'm going to take the Spell Bomb, even though we're definitely going to get more of them. So I guess maybe I shouldn't. Well, it's an okay card with Sacrifice. Could just take a Mirror here. That's probably right. More proliferating doesn't seem especially good when we only have 1 card that cares. Yeah, I think I just take the Mirror here. Although this can be pretty strong, we do need basically to have a lot of creatures, and I don't know that we will for sure. I think I'm just going to take the Mirror. Does that make blue our second color? Not necessarily. So Flight Spell Bombs here. There's one reason to make blue our second color, I guess. Yeah, what do you just you kill flyers. That's what you do. Yeah, I think I'll take a Flight Spellbomb, Nihil Spellbomb versus Auriok Replica. This guy's pretty good for sure. Able to regenerate himself while also um, being a trigger for our thing and just being a huge creature. There's a Kuldotha Rebirth. There's also another Spellbomb, but I think we're going to get Spellbombs easily. We probably need are more things that actually impact the board. And this is a little slow, but with Furnace Celebration, being able to regenerate and trade for almost anything is pretty good. We do need more creatures for it to be really good, but I think we take it. See if we want black to be our secondary color. Okay, so here's a Carapace Forger, which is pretty good. Another card with Infect as well. I guess this has Sacrifice on it. Not really what you want to be happening, though. But yeah, the Infect deck seems pretty open. I think we're going to have fun with Furnace Celebration, but the Infect deck does seem pretty good. So Carapace Forger, you know, decent in a Metalcraft deck. There's no red card here, so I think, and there's no card that sacrifices, really. I mean, that's a sacrifice on it. So I could either take it, or I could take a card that's actually on color that's just like a good blocker because it weakens things. Yeah, I mean, I think black, well, no, green's pretty good too, though. I don't know. We'll take one green card here and see what happens. Ooh, there we go. That is a really good card for our deck. It kills things while also being a sacrifice trigger. I mean, we do need we need 5 mana to both get something out of the sacrifice trigger and kill something, but it's still really good. Okay, this is a pretty good spell bomb. Makes us a dude while also that can be sacrificed while also sacrificing itself. It does cost something though. I don't know. Most of the others don't. These ones don't, for example, but that's okay. It's still pretty good, and we'll take it. Kemba Skyguard again. Okay, another Nihil Spellbomb. Sure, why not? It's on color. We can draw off of it. Just all the Spellbombs. Now I think we can probably take Kuldotha Rebirth and feel okay about it. Yeah. Yep. I guess we take Blister Grub, sideboard card. Nothing else. May even main board. Seeming like black is going to be our main color. Seems that way. We'll see. Have a couple Myr. One produces red, one produces blue. So occasionally I guess we'll have the blue for Flight Spellbomb. This seems like fun. Oxida Daredevil is a nice free sacrifice trigger as well. So if you just have like a bunch of mana and a bunch of artifacts, your opponent's just dead. Seems pretty good. I am sad we don't get to play our Hippogriff. I actually, in the Infect deck I drafted, it was my first pick. And then Infect was way open, so I went that way. So I didn't get to play it then either. Poor Hippogriff. So many spell bombs. Okay, so Assault Strobe, Sorcery Speed, pretty ugly. I guess I'd rather have Soul Pari. I guess Assault Strobe's at least in a color I know I'm playing, so I guess I'll take it. I can't see playing it. All right, I think we take another of these. I think they're going to work well once we get tons of artifacts. We actually don't really care much about Metalcraft. We have, well, this isn't going to get played. We have one card that does care, I guess, and it may end up getting cut because, oh, this sacrifices itself. It's pretty terrible, but I guess we could think about running it. I guess we could. What we need is a Ferivore. There's not one here. Engulfing Slagworm's good if we decided to go green, but I think now that we have Flesh Allergy and Corrupted Harvester, black seems appealing. So Darksteel Axe is pretty good as far as equipment goes. There's also a Spell Bomb here. This is a pretty sweet card when you have Metalcraft rolling. And when you don't, it's just it's a medium card, so it's a good card to have in general. I like these. If you can really get Metalcraft going, it's like a mini Siege Rhino. So Panic Spellbomb or Darksteel Axe. I mean, given what we have in 2 Furnace Celebrations, I'm going with the Panic Spellbomb. Red's also a color we know we're going to be playing, so I am happy with that. Contagion Clasp. Don't know if I love it if we don't have tons of ways. We do have our Contagion Engine, but that's about it. Here's Horizon Spellbomb, which can help us splash if we decided to, and it's also another Spellbomb. Man, there's also a Molder Beast, though. He's so good, like, just so good. Because we're going to be throwing artifacts in our graveyard left and right, and then he's just like a huge beater. But we have Corrupted Harvester and Flesh Allergy. I mean, I guess we could take it, see if we can pick up a few Horizon Spellbombs and splash him. It's not the worst. This pack doesn't really have much else going on for it. For us, anyway. I like Contagion Clasp, and maybe I should like it more. But now that we're like deep into this deck, I feel like Molder Beast is pretty good. Seachrome Coast, isn't that worth something? Fast Lands. Well, there's Ferivore. I don't think we can say no to that. Seachrome Coast. It's worth about $2, but Ferivore is exactly what we want. He eats our artifacts. Furnace Celebration turns our artifacts into shocks, and so on. I wouldn't mind a Mirror to help us maybe splash, and another Spellbomb, but we're going to get more Spellbombs. What we don't have already is a Ferivore, so... Necropede. Well, Grasp of Darkness is really good. If there's not something that we really want to be sacrificing... Oh, Turn to Slag is also pretty good. Grasp is probably better, but... I don't know how consistently I'm going to have double black in the early going. I can't believe this is common back in the day. Common removal used to be so much better. So we could take a Spellbomb, or we could take a Turn to Slag. Probably the answer is just take a Spellbomb, given what we have going on. Yeah, I think that's probably the answer. This is another good one because it not only sacrifices itself, it makes another artifact that can be sacrificed and another creature that can be sacrificed. So it's good in our deck, even though we're not going to draw cards off of it very often. Equiclaw Mirror is also pretty good, but I'm going to take the Spellbomb over Turn to Slag and Grasp. Might be crazy, but I'm all in on this thing, man. Another Ferivore, sure. Come on down. Another Flesh Allergy. Yeah, I think we take it. So we actually still don't have a spell. Oh, we do have one. Nope. Origin's not it. We do not have this. We're probably not playing Golden Urn. Get out of here. We have better things to do. We do not have the Spellbomb, the green Spellbomb, which is the one that can help us fix. And if we don't get it, we probably can't play Molder Beast. Okay. Well, not really anything here, but I guess we can't complain given how most things have gone for us. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're playing black, you know. I guess this could actually be playable in our deck. Another Blister Grub. Bloodshot Trainee is never going to be big enough in our deck to do anything, so I think it's probably just Blister Grub here. I don't know that we'll play it, but if we're playing against an opponent who's black, we definitely will bring in Blister Grub. Do you sacrifice yourself? No, you just gave me life. No, thank you. So, another one of these, I guess. Can poison one of our opponent's artifacts. No, thank you. I don't like any of this stuff, but I guess I'll take this. Yeah, we did not manage to get the green Spellbomb. I guess it's probably in more demand than your average Spellbomb because of the fact that it can fix you. So that's probably why it didn't come back. Probably why. So poor Molder Beast probably can't be played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 artifacts. 11. I don't know if that's enough to really consistently have this do what I want it to do. But maybe it is. Oxa to Daredevil has a free sack outlet. It's the only one we have, I think, sadly, that's like completely free and unlimited. Fervor costs 1 red each time. So, yeah, I don't know if we want this. As good as it can be. And then I don't know if we want a mainboard Blister Grub. I don't mind Silvok Lifestaff, though. It's another cheap artifact that's also just like a solid piece of equipment. 1 to equip, 1 to play, gives a decent bonus while also gaining you life if your guy gets blown up. And it works decently, I guess, with sacrificing creatures, so maybe I want it. I think we probably want to try to cram as many artifacts as we can in here because of Fervor and Oxida Daredevil, so... Well, at least we got to play our first pick. He can blow up artifacts and get huge. He can actually blow up our own artifacts, I guess, if we really want to. Blow up our Contagion engine. So Blister Grub, I don't think you need to be main board, buddy. So the question is, for Flesh Allergy, do we have enough creatures for it to really be worth it? I think the answer is yes, because of 2 Koldatha rebirths. But it might be a little risky. It might be a little bit risky because of that. So 2 might be a little too many. Maybe a few too many. But the rebirths... So we kind of have 10 creatures. Oh, we also have the spell bombs. We have 2 origin spell bombs. Yeah, I think we're probably good. I think we're good. Doesn't look like we have that many creatures. We still need to cut 1 more card, though. And it can't really be... It can't really be any of our creatures, and it can't really be any of our artifacts. So we're going to have to find it somewhere else. God, maybe it's Contagion Engine. I mean, that is an artifact, but it's not one that can be sacrificed easily or early. I think Contagion Engine's too good, though. Like, you pay 6, weaken all your opponent's creatures, then when you untap, basically all their creatures are dead, you know? Like, how do you go wrong there? Is it one of the rebirths, maybe? Maybe it is. I mean, we have tons of sacrifice outlets. We have Daredevil, 2 Fervors, all the spell bombs sacrifice themselves, Flesh Allergy, and Corrupted Harvester. Yeah, I guess we'll lose a rebirth. It's awkward to draw one and not have an artifact to sacrifice to, so... All right, I think this is our deck. So we have 1 Bloomer... So occasionally we'll be able to play that. Yeah, I think this looks good. Maybe we don't want Silvok Lifestaff, though. Like, do we have enough creatures to make it worth it? I think Rebirth might just be better. It has way more synergy in our deck. Generates creatures that can be sacrificed to Flesh Allergy and Corrupted Harvester, while also triggering Furnace Celebration, and maybe a draw from Panic Spellbomb or whatever. Yeah, so this is our deck. Let's sort by color. We have barely any black, but all the black we have is double black. So... Got to run a considerable number of swamps. We have 1 Iron Myrrh that sort of increases our number, but I think 9/8's probably good. Although not being able to cast Furnace Celebration is not where we want to be. I mean, we can cycle through our deck pretty easily with our spell bombs, luckily. The ones we can actually draw with. So we have that going for us. So 10/7's probably okay. Especially because we have more of the red spell bomb we have 3 of, and that's one of the ones we can cycle. So we do have 1 of the black one, but yeah, I think this will work. It seems like a lot of fun. I'm glad it wields, and I was willing to try to make this work. I think it'll be pretty fun, and maybe even a solid deck. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the first match.